The scheming girl deliberately signed the mute girl up for the singing competition, causing the girl to be inexplicably labeled as a contestant. She thought this would make the girl look foolish in public, but to everyone's surprise, the girl suddenly turned around and walked towards the stage. At this moment, her boyfriend hurried to stop her, telling her not to embarrass herself here. However, the girl pushed him away and walked towards the stage with ease. As the pleasant singing voice resounded through the hall, the scumbag boyfriend finally realized that the deaf-mute girlfriend who had been with him for 3 years was actually a normal person all along. It turned out that 3 years ago, the man had become deaf and mute after a car accident. When he was at his most helpless, he was kicked out of the house by his family. At that moment, the man lost the courage to live on. But at this critical moment, the girl appeared just in time and pulled him back from the brink of death. In order to completely eliminate the man's suicidal thoughts, she took on the identity of a fellow deaf-mute person to give him support and encouragement. Just like that, the two gradually got together. However, the girl's wealthy father strongly opposed their relationship, and even severed ties with his daughter. It wasn't until 3 years later, when the mother returned to the country, that she reconnected with her family again. However, the purpose of the mother's appearance was only to persuade her to go abroad for further studies. But over the years, she had used the money she earned from part-time jobs to help the scumbag boyfriend recover his voice. Now that the hardship was over, she just wanted to embrace a beautiful future with her boyfriend, so she resolutely refused her mother's kind intentions. But on the day of the school party, she had wanted to confess to her boyfriend the truth that she was not actually deaf-mute, but she unexpectedly saw the popular girl kissing her boyfriend. Although it was just a small game at the party, the boyfriend's attitude of not rejecting it indicated that his heart had already wavered. At this time, he also noticed his girlfriend at the door. Afterwards, he pulled his girlfriend out with a guilty conscience, and was about to explain to let his girlfriend not misunderstand. The popular girl immediately came over and held the scumbag's arm, asking him to be her boyfriend. The scumbag looked at his girlfriend in embarrassment, then very tactfully rejected the popular girl. Seeing her boyfriend's helpless tone, the girl was very disappointed in him. Subsequently, in order to mock the girl, the popular girl's friend asked the scumbag why he would know a deaf-mute girl. But in order not to let others know that he was once deaf-mute, he lied and said that the girl was a disabled person he sponsored. Although the girl was heartbroken, she knew that her boyfriend had endured too much discrimination and bullying in the past, and might not want others to know about those humiliating experiences. So she decided to understand her boyfriend. The next day, out of guilt, the scumbag specifically bought breakfast and movie tickets for the girl. The girl, who was reluctant to give up this relationship, had wanted to forgive her boyfriend, but the popular girl who suddenly popped up said she was hungry. Unexpectedly, the boyfriend handed the breakfast to the popular girl without any hesitation. Subsequently, the popular girl also took the opportunity to invite the scumbag to attend her birthday party in the evening, thinking that she came from a noble background, and there must be many bigwigs at the party. In order to enter the upper class in the future, the scumbag told the girl and her friend to go watch a movie, while he had to attend the popular girl's birthday party in the evening. The first thing a blind man does after regaining his sight is to throw away his cane, but the girl didn't expect everything to come so quickly. But when she ran into the scumbag and his group in the evening, she still couldn't help but want to give him one last chance, so she asked if her boyfriend could take her home. Faced with the ridicule of those around him, not only did the boyfriend not step forward to defend her, he even pretended to be a stranger and left. At this point, she finally saw clearly how ridiculous everything had been in the past. Fortunately, when she was at her most devastated, her best friend and mother gave her the courage to leave. It turned out that the mother had long known about the boyfriend's betrayal, so she asked again if the girl wanted to go abroad to study. This time the girl agreed. 3 days later was the day for the girl to leave, but before going abroad, the best friend was still too angry to seek justice for her. Subsequently, in front of many classmates, she publicly accused the scumbag of being ungrateful. The man knew he was in the wrong, but he thought that as long as he coaxed his girlfriend later, it would be fine. At present, the most important thing was to accumulate connections through the popular girl, to pave the way for his future entrepreneurship. So he once again sided with the popular girl in front of everyone. The girl was so hurt that she no longer wanted to waste her breath on him. In order to comfort the girl, the best friend decided to take her to watch the school singing competition 3 days later to relax. Little did they know that the popular girl had already dug a pit for the girl. While signing up for the singing competition herself, she also wrote down the girl's name.